Good evening and welcome to Riderpiece Theater. Me, Alistair, Dayhawk, and tonight me proud to present Kamen Rider Geats, episode 44, True Happiness and Love. The neon scenes, oh my god, they're masterpieces. I mean, both this episode and the last episode, my god, I was feeling for Neon, and just those scenes just made me almost shed a tear. Almost. But I'm a Daedric Lord, so I don't think tears would work on me and other Daedric princes, I guess. So, but as a whole, I really enjoyed this episode because of the neon scenes, and it's just, man, like, you can tell the evolution, the character development from episode 1 until now. And to say, and to see and hear her say, I already found the happiness and love I yearn for. I found it here with my family. And that pretty much, like, hit the nail on the coffin right there. Like, yes. Because what made it so special was she didn't get it from a wish. She didn't get it from a man. She got it on her own. And it's just amazing. And from Neon being all depressed, knowing the truth about her origins and wanting to end her existence if she ends up winning the Desire Royale, which it was nothing more than a wet fart, in my opinion. It was nothing more than an illusion to get the writers distracted from the grand end that Suru was about to perform, but that's neither here or there. The point is that she wanted to end her existence, and to see her happy in this episode and seeing the family getting back together, I mean, it's excellent storytelling, in my opinion. I always been a Neon fan, like, I wish there were more, like, female characters like that, and I wish, in general, like, female writers, they need more, like, they need more forms. That's all I'm gonna say. They need female writers deserve more, especially after the scene, the neon character and all that. I'm just saying, for writer forms, like, I wish girls would get more forms, in my opinion. But I'm getting distracted here, so let us begin our tale, right? Let us begin our tale. So this is the continuation from the last story. You see Papa Neon in defense of Neon, who is held hostage by these weird two whack jobs. Azu 2.0, the Mistress of Gains, and the kidnapper who kidnapped Akari all those years ago. And you see Neon crying and just like, you need to stop this. Like, why are you doing this? I'm not your true daughter. I came from a wish. And Papa Neon says, you're wrong. You are my daughter. You know, you helped me find what I thought I lost forever, which is love. Because remember, after Akari passed away, the love that he had just died with her. And when he gained the wish to get a new daughter, he never shared any affection towards Neon because of that love died. And of course, he viewed her as a way of getting more power and within the DGP and all that. So again, he viewed her as a tool for his company to advance and all that stuff. However, this time, he realizes that, hey, because of you, I gain love back, because I thought it died the moment my first daughter passed, but you've helped me find it again. And for that, I love you. And as they were talking within themselves, you see Azu 2.0 is like, are you stop here, this is getting mushy here. And even though Papa Neon was in a difficult situation, he managed to defeat the kidnapper. And still Azu 2.0 was like, so? And this lovey-dovey crap is making me sick, so I'm gonna shoot your daughter now. So she ends up shooting Neon, but then, Papa Neon takes the shot and defeats the kidnapper. Azu 2.0 escapes in disgust, and Papa Neon collapses. Neon managed to release herself, holds her Papa, and starts talking a little bit, and then we get to this cool cutscene where he sees Akari. He sees Akari, and they both embrace. And the look on Papa Neon's face was like, was priceless. I love it. Just to see his daughter for one last time, and just hugs her. And then once he came to, he realizes that he was hugging Neon. And, and then he ends up collapsing. But that scene with Papa Neon and Akari was like a way of, I love you, Daddy, like, it's okay, I'm at peace. And, God, it was good. So we move on to, after the cutscene, we get to see Ace still fighting Kermit the Frog. However, it was a short fight. He escapes, and not before saying, hey, you cannot protect the world. And Ace was like, yeah, watch me, I'm gonna protect this world. And then quickly we go to the hospital. You see poor Neon just crying like, hey, you can't die on me now, I just got you back, stay with me. And you see her crying, holding Papa Neon's hand until, she was forced to stay back because he's gonna go to immediate surgery. So as Neon is waiting at the hospital, we get to the waiting lounge, and this is where Michinaga tells Ace about the meeting between him and Daichi. And Michinaga explains that apparently there is this tree of knowledge, and Sarah, being one of its victims, is trapped within this tree. And he's gonna go with Daichi to see if this tree is still there. And Ace was like cautioning Michinaga, hey, like, are you sure? Because Daichi has a terrible rap. He could be lying to you. And Michinaga knows. He knows. But he has... This is the only clue he has left. And he wants to know if the tree is still there even after the world was remade again. And also he mentions too that Keiwa is an idiot, because if he hadn't changed the world, and then Michinaga would have found the tree and found a way to reverse the effects of the tree. But I had to be quite honest here, Michinaga, dude, even if you knew beforehand about this tree of knowledge, would Keiwa listen to you? Because he was so obsessed with killing you, and Daichi is he's not gonna listen to you. He's gonna believe hey, you're lying, you're just giving me false hopes, and blah 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 blah. So it wouldn't have mattered, But still, Michinaga just calls Keiwa Kaneki that he's a stupid idiot. And he also mentions and wonders, why is Azu 2.0 after Neon? What's going on here? And Ace says, well, I think it's part of Juto's plan. And also mentions that those three people are easily manipulating and using Keiwa to do their dirty work, and Keiwa doesn't see it. Even if he does, he whether it's like I'm using them or I'm just getting what I want and just leave. Anyways, we move on to yeah, speaking of Juto. We go to Juto and Sumeri, who is still chained up, and his plan, his goal is to isolate Ace. The more he becomes, alone, then the more vulnerable he is. His powers will weaken, and Keiwa will kill him, and then Sumeri will become the next goddess. And poor Sumeri doesn't want that. She doesn't want to be this goddess. She wants to be free. And Chuto's like, oh, you still have your will, huh? Well, how long will it last? And he realizes that the reason why she still holds on to her will is because of Ace. So if he goes, her will goes. But yeah, so how long her will is gonna last? And then we move to Keiwa Kaneki, and he's surprised to hear that Azu 2.0 went after Neon. And Kermit the Frog is urging Keiwa to just do the job already. Just kill Ace. You're strong enough to defeat him. And Keiwa's like, you can't tell me what to do. I do what I want when I want. Oh, yeah. So he's gonna defeat Ace on his own time. And then as they were having their mini spat, Michinaga, like, everybody knows where the gangs are located. It's like, okay, we're located right here. Just follow the arrows. So apparently Michinaga followed the arrows to where Keiwa was hiding, and his gang. It was like one of the gangsters ran running to Keiwa and say, hey, some idiot is trying to infiltrate our base. And then this is where Michinaga and Keiwa meet, because remember, the last time they met was their match. So Keiwa invites Michinaga in and tells him, hey, I have no business with you. I am done with you. Just go back. Just go home. And typical Michinaga fashion, he says, you're a dumbass. You're an idiot. Why are you in cahoots with these two morons? Like, if you haven't changed the world, you would have a shot at rescuing your sister from this stupid tree and all that. He's just like, you're an idiot, piece of garbage, and I'm gonna take you back home, and you ruin your chance of rescuing your sister, all that. And I was like, oh man, he's just letting it have it. But at the end though, he's like, look, if you're not gonna listen to me and go back together, you know what, I'm just gonna take you back by force. If whatever it takes to bring you back. And Keiwa's like, dude, just shut up. This, like, he's just putting up a front, but he knows that this is the world that he has not, like, the world that he's currently in at, he didn't wish for it at all to being all chaotic. And and Michinaga like, did you ask for this world too? Like, no. Obviously Keiwa's not gonna openly admit that this is what he wanted, because but whatever. So we have Keiwa Kaneki versus Michinaga 2. And I have to say, I like the fact that the writers used the space to fight. They were down below for a moment, and then they went up the stairs and they were fighting. And what's cool too, at the very end, like, even though Michinaga was kind of like having the upper hand against Keiwa, because this time he was not holding back, and you can tell that Michinaga, he's an experienced fighter. However, Keiwa easily turned the tables, especially in this scene right here with his katana, and he just takes his katana and just threw it back at Michinaga and just stabs him with it and just throws him off the stairs onto the floor, and he demorphs. So Keiwa defeats him for a second time, but Michinaga, injury and all that, says this, so you're gonna rob people's happiness to. So you're gonna rob people's happiness again? Are you gonna look the other way? What happened with Neon? Like, you will do whatever it takes as long as you're happy. Like, you're being selfish here. Like, you're going against your beliefs, your values. And Keiwa was like, look, your room to talk. And he's right, because didn't he use people's happiness to become the top rider during his time as, being the god of desire for the JGP? You know, like I like these characters who Michinaga did wrong on. Like, hey, you have no room to talk. You did a lot of bad things to yourself, so shut up, sit down. However, Keiwa was like, dude, like your room to talk. Like, I'm gonna be the one who saves my family, not you nor Ace. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be me. And Michinaga uttered those words of, I believe in Ace. I believe in Ace's world. And Keiwa for a moment just stood there for a brief moment, and then he ends up leaving. And for Michinaga to utter those words of, I believe in Ace's world, it's like you can tell that Michinaga came a long way from hating this man and being his rival, like finding a way to one up him every single time. Because remember, ever since they met, Michinaga had tried countless times to get a victory over Ace, but Ace is always 2 steps ahead of him. He always gets frustrated, he always gets angry, and regardless of what at the end of the JGP, he got his moment of in the sun that, hey, I defeated Ace, even though it was through bad means, whatever, but he did. And to now, in just saying, hey, I believe in Ace, it just goes to show that he did change, even though he doesn't want to admit to Ace, like, yeah, I'm starting to like you just a little bit. And I'm sure Ace would be like, wait, did you like what? Did you, like, you consider me a friend now, right? Because you can tell, like, Ace really does like Michinaga and all the antics and that, because he sees Michinaga as a good rival and overall just being a good friend. That's the way I looked at it, especially with its antics, especially when Michinaga's memories got wiped out and he was signing his signature on his white shirt. That was hilarious. And drawing that pump jack figure, drawing on that weird chalkboard. It wasn't a chalkboard, but you know what I'm talking about. But it was funny. Anyways, so Keiwa leaves, and then after the victory, Keiwa approaches Juto and just wants to confirm, hey, if I defeat Ace, I can wish my family back, right? That's the plan, right? You can do it, right? And like, yeah, it's possible. Just you need to defeat Ace, and your wish will be granted. And Sumeri, she just tells it like it is. Like, she's like, you look so miserable, Keiwa. Like, will this wish make you happy? And Keiwa's like, it doesn't matter as long as I have my family back. That's all that matters. The rest be damned. Really, Sumeri said, like, why do you look miserable then? And Keiwa's like, well, before that, Sumeri's also adds, like, hey, what happened to the desire of world peace? What happened to that? Well, that went kaput too, because we're in my world, and look at all this anarchy. It doesn't. It went kaput. World peace is, that's it. It's done. That's it. So he ends up leaving. So back at the hospital, Mother Neon is rushing in, sees Neon, and Neon mentions, "Hey, um, Papa is still in surgery. We don't know how long he's gonna get out." But before she can finish a sentence, you see Mother Neon hugging her, telling her she was worried and concerned. And at the end, she tells Neon that my time with you, those years with you were genuine. They were real. I love you, Neon. And they both hug and all that. And then we get to a later scene, Papa Neon, he's recovering, the surgery is successful, and tells the family, hey, the family business is over, we're broke, we lost everything. And but Mother Neon says we haven't lost everything, and she looks at Neon like, hey, we have our family. And Papa Neon further explains, like, look, all those 8 years with Akari were happy times, and we're sorry that those years spent with you, we didn't give you the love and happiness that you deserved. So in his way, he was apologizing to her, and he gives his ID cord to Neon, and tells her that his deepest wish is for her to find happiness. It always has been. And Neon says, you don't need to worry about that. I already found it. And it's just that scene when she says, like, I found it. After all these years, I found it. It was within the family, she was living with, and it's just, it almost brought me a teardrop, but nah. But that scene, to me, it was very powerful. And I have to say, the actress who plays Neon, and also the other actress as well playing her family, they did great. So they're having this family moment, and then Azu 2.0, of course, had to ruin it. She ends up shooting the hospital in the hopes of killing Papa Neon, and just again feeding off Neon's despair. And before Neon left to confront her, of course, Mother Neon, like, don't go, it's too dangerous. However, Papa Neon says, no, she's fine. And she confirms that, don't worry, I'll be fine, I'll be fine, don't worry about it. I have a duty to do, to protect love and all that stuff. So she goes down, meets with Azu 2.0, and just tells Azu 2.0, like, hey, I found love. You're not here to take that away from me, and I'm here to stop you. And she takes out the ID core and the driver, and Azu 2.0 says, like, you're gonna use somebody else's ID core? It's not gonna work. So I'm gonna shoot you now. You're gonna die, and I'll kill your family, and that's it. And she was about to shoot, but Neon says, I believe in the power of love, and she holds both ID cores and the driver in the prayer position, and Azu 2.0 shoots, and here comes this mysterious shield protecting her, and then this slide appeared on the core, changing it from her father's to hers, and now she's officially a rider again. She uses the fantasy buckle her father used before, and she becomes Nago Fantasy. And I have to say, the fight she had with Azu 2.0 and herself was great. I mean, the suit actor who is Fantasy Nago, whoever he or she is, they're very flexible. You can tell by the feet, they're very flexible. And she easily defeats Azu 2.0 almost immediately. She did it quick. And And the match was over. It wasn't enough to kill Azu 2.0, but she is injured. You could see blood pouring out on her forehead, and she gets up and gingerly walks away, but not until she has her evil villain last words, "I'll be back, and I will get my revenge on you." And she gingerly walks away to this weird back alley, whatever. She mumbles within herself. She falls down and she stares at someone's feet. And guess whose feet they were? Michinaga's. And he ends up getting the last word. Because remember, Michinaga was on the ground. Azu 2.0 was standing and she was talking smack. Now, Michinaga has the moment to do some smack talk on her now. And he says the same words she told him. So he tells Azu 2.0, so how does your misery taste like? How does your despair taste like? You look miserable where I'm standing. And this is where Azu 2.0 kind of snapped. She went nuts to the point where she grabs a cinder block and she throws it at a already broken mirror, and she goes all nutso, and Michinaga just walks away as she goes all cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And then we move to the waiting lounge. Neon is officially a writer, so she is subbing for her dad, and mentions like, "Hey, was it you that changed the ID core? Was it you with the shield? Was it you?" And Ace was like, "Yeah, it was me. But it wasn't just me, though. It was through the wishes of your parents that helped me with the power I needed to do the change. So yes, it was a team effort." And Neon is on board with the whole Ace world thing, and Ace says, like, now we're determined as ever to fix the world back to the way it was, and that's it. So yeah, so Ace gets a new ally, but she has always been an ally towards Ace, so she always has been. Now she's official. She's back as a Kamen Rider now. And the final scene is with Keiwa Kaneki, still in emo mode, and Kermit the Frog tells him the news that Neon is officially back. She defeated Azu 2.0, and Keiwa was surprised, like, how is she back as a writer when her ID core was broken? But yeah, it doesn't matter now because she's back now. And again, the plan is to isolate Ace, but now he gets a new ally and he is stronger than ever. But Keiwa assures that it doesn't matter because I'm going after Ace, and I will bring back my family from the dead. And that's the end. That's the end of the episode, guys. Again, what made this episode for me was all the Neon scenes, and with their family as well. And like I said earlier, they were powerful. The actors in those scenes, they were great. This is all for Neon, and I'm happy for her. The evolution, the character change. I love Neon. I'm a fan of hers. Michinaga with his being blunt and just not only like telling Keiwa off, like, it's your fault that this and this, you're a dumbass, you're an idiot, and just getting the last laugh on Azu 2.0 and just watching her go crazy. It's like, yeah, I got my revenge here, so bye bye. So another great moment for Michinaga, even though he got defeated for a second time. Keiwa, he is miserable than ever. He's miserable than ever. And I don't feel bad for him. He made his bed, now he's gonna lie in it. And again, I was laughing my ass off when he burst in Juto's room and just, "Hey, am I being punked? This is not the world that I wished for." And just Juto just showing this, like, you brought back the bad ones too, and You need to know your place, as he just throws Keiwa to the ground and like, dude, yeah, know your place, man, and do your job in killing Ace, and you will get your do-over. I don't feel bad for Keiwa whatsoever. And yeah, I think that's it. That's it, guys. That's the end of my overall my opinions on the episode. So what do you guys think? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? If I miss anything, just let me know in the comments below. I would like to have a conversation with you. Please give a like if you like it, and please subscribe. And before I do my usual stick, I need to say an announcement. Apparently, Geats is only gonna get 49 episodes instead of 50. Reason being is because they're gonna have a week off. And then sometime in September, either late August into early September, we're gonna have Godchard. And yeah, that's it. So I will show you the picture of the episodes that we have left. And yeah, man, it's not gonna be easy just saying goodbye to Geats, even though Geats had his bad moments, bad timings, whatever. I still consider Geats to be a great show and being a part of my top 5. It's that good. Anyways, again, thank you so much for listening. Please give a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the other side of Oblivion. Johnny!